O Great Spirit, Namaste. Saints and sages of all times, of all places, O ye path makers of old, Namaste. Ancestors, ancestors, ancestors of all of our lineages, Namaste. O ye powers that be, in all of thy names and all of thy forms, most beloved Ishta Devata, the formed and the formless ones, Namaste. Bless us, be with us, assist us to hear that which we need to hear, to speak that which needs to be spoken. That the blindness of our eyes, the veils of our eyes be lifted, that we might see clearly. That which lies within us. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste, Namaskar. Welcome to our Sunday Sangha. For many around the world today, they are celebrating the feast of Easter. Many of those who follow the Christian tradition are celebrating Easter today. A time in which they are remembering the resurrection, the movement from one state of consciousness to another state of consciousness. Around the world, those who are attuned to the Jewish faith have celebrated and are celebrating Passover, a time of movement from confinement to freedom, moving from one state of consciousness to a more galactic state of consciousness. The confinement that the people experienced in Egypt, the sacrifice that was required in order for them to find their freedom. For others of us, it's been the time of the equinox, the spring equinox, the time of balance, the time of turning from the winter, the darkness, the rest or respite of winter, to the light and the hope of the spring. But my beloved, what does this mean for you? What does it mean for me? What does it say about our creativity and our capacity to change our lives? For you, the power lies within you. For me, the power lies within me. Now, really? Is that really true? Yeah. The great Aham Brahmasmi that you are. I prepared the teaching for today and with the lead saying, you are what you have. And my beloved read it and said, what are you saying? You are what you have. The creativity and the power within you is what you have. The capacity to change your life is what you have. This is where your wealth is. For you and you alone, by changing the thought forms in your consciousness, begin to change the external reality for yourself and for all of Indra's net. remember and keep in mind always Indra's net, which you are a part of. This net that moves, stretches infinitely in all directions. You are a part of that. There's no difference between that and you. Now, what do all these things have in common? What do the Christian traditions or celebrations and the celebrations in the Jewish faith, what do they have in common? Sacrifice. They have sacrifice. What do you have to sacrifice? Well, you don't have to sacrifice your freedom. Well, maybe you do a little bit. Your freedom from what? Coming in a minute. What do you have to sacrifice? For the Christian tradition, the sacrifice was the life of Jesus the Christ to redeem the people, is what their tradition says. For the Jewish faith, the tradition says that they sacrificed the lamb, another symbol of the Son of God. Both traditions, a symbol of the Son of God. They sacrificed the lamb to mark the doors of all of those who were not to be taken away by the soldiers when they came the night before. It means more than just these words, these stories that are told. What does it mean to you and me? Well, it means to you and me that there must be something that we have the capacity to do that will free us from the confinement, the prison, the sins. Remember, mystically, the sin is simply all the times I've missed the mark, all the times you've missed the mark, all the times we've missed the mark. Nothing to get guilty about, nothing to get upset about. It's just simply, next time I need to do it differently. I need to do it better. I need to do it with more wisdom, greater skill. I don't need other people to sacrifice for me. Neither do you, my beloved. But in both of these traditions, and in many traditions around the world, the sacrifice is of the Son, which is Christ consciousness, which you have within you. It's Krishna consciousness. It's the balanced state of consciousness at your Sun center. Now, it is through this that you find liberation. It is through this consciousness that you find liberation. Through the Christ consciousness, through the Krishna consciousness. So you are what you have, is what the Torah would say. What do you have? 100% of the capacity in your life you have to change your life. More than anyone else, you have the capacity. With every breath that you breathe, a new life unfolds. With every breath that you breathe, a new opportunity unfolds. With every breath that you breathe, you find liberation. So what do you have? You have your breath. You have your freedom. All you need is the skill. You need to cultivate and develop the skill to do what? Well, in Kriya Yoga, we would say, well, you need to convert the lead into gold, and that is unlike the old magicians of old who tried to convert lead into gold. You need to convert the lead in your spinal column at the base of the spine, the Saturn lead, to the Sun center, to the gold at the Sun center. This is the transformation that must occur for each of us, is the conversion of this solid state of consciousness into the light of the sun, the light of gold, the sun that vivifies and strengthens all of us, the sun that illumines our lives. This is what you have the capacity to do. Now, too often I am thinking that we use this great capacity for creativity that we have. We create and we create and we create. Oh, the stories we tell. The stories we tell. The problem with the mind is it wants to tell stories, and it becomes enmeshed in stories. You know, I wonder what he's doing wearing that shirt. I wonder where she's been. Look at how her hair is. The stories that are filled with preferences or attachment to your preferences. The stories that you churn over and over and over and over and over again. I have a friend who's a writer, and he says, I don't have time to read other people's books. If I read their books, I wouldn't be able to write my own books. He's working on his 12th or 13th. I can't remember which one it is now. And I think that's really interesting because he really feels that he should write, that he should express his creativity through his writing, not through reading or studying at this time in his life, not anymore, but through consolidating his consciousness and sharing it with the world. But what do you believe? What do you want to create in your life? And sometimes we have to begin with where we are now. And, you know, you can say, well, I'd like to create a really nice life, but right now, you know, it's not so great. Right now, the alligators are biting underneath the water. Or right now, the lions are coming up and they're roaring. And, you know, Pranananda always used to like to say, take the aspirin. You have a headache? Take the aspirin. Be prepared. Take the aspirin. And then make your plans to move away. Then make your plans to get away. Then make your plans after you've taken the aspirin to take care of the immediate pain of the situation is necessary. And so we do this with every breath that we take, every breath that you take. You don't have to wait for the spring to come. You don't have to wait for Passover. You don't have to wait for Easter. You don't have to wait for somebody else to do for you. You yourself can do it. And there are many yogic methods to use the breath, many yogic methods that will help you to use the breath. But symbolically, one of the practices is this, very simple. The resurrection breath. It is the resurrection breath. You turn your head left, always left. Double exhalation and bring the head back to the center. And then when you begin to breathe, you breathe in here. You breathe in with your awareness at the sun center. It's a resurrection. It's a new life. It's a new beginning. So you're in a bit of a conundrum. You're in the midst of a karmic event. We all are. We're all living in karma, right? We live in the world of karma. And you want to free yourself from the place that it is now. Stop. Remember, use that resurrection breath. Turn your head to the left and exhale twice. Try it now. Bring the head back. You're letting go of all the old karmas, my beloved. All the old karma is being let go of. And you're breathing anew. You're breathing a new life. You're breathing a new breath. For the karma flows into your being through your breath, as well as, through the skin, but primarily through the breath. Your breath is uneven when your mind becomes chaotic and filled with chaos. The breath is steady. The mind is steady. So you begin very simply by knowing that within you is the capacity to resurrect your consciousness from wherever it is stuck to a new, better, more galactic state of consciousness. At Easter time, at springtime, one of the universal symbols that is used, and this is used at the New Year for the Persian people. It's used for Islamic people, and so we know that it's a universal symbol, but it's a sphere, not a circle, a sphere, an egg. The symbol is the egg, and this is the creativity. The egg symbolizes creativity. It symbolizes birth and creativity. And so as you visualize that egg, that circle that's in front of you, that creative egg, you know, as you see it, that there is life within that. New life for you. A new way of being for you. Now, the problem with the mind, one of the problems with the mind, but one of the problems with the mind is the idea that everything is changed from the outside first. This is an error. It's not changed from the outside. The first thing you have to do is to change your thoughts. But you can't wrestle with them, Sometimes those thoughts are tough, and it's not like having a mud fight. Although it sometimes feels like a mud fight. It sometimes feels like you're wrestling with the thoughts. But rather just gently, use the resurrection breath. And then when the thoughts stick, and they're gluey, and they stick and they're gluey, then you go to that beautiful, beautiful Kriya practice of the neti, neti, neti practice. You silently say, I'm not this thought. I'm not the thought thinking this thought. I'm not thought. You don't say those words in English. The thought arises and you say neti, neti, neti. Now, I will admit that there are times when the karma is very, very, very sticky, gluey, and you may do the resurrection breath and it may feel like you haven't let go of all the old. You may say neti, 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 and you feel like, well, what did that do? And you do neti, 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 as one young person said to me. And it still feels like it's sticking. And so the answer is, well, what do I do? Where do I begin? If I'm really stuck here, where do I begin? So the natural reaction is to begin with the physical body. And that can be very helpful. It can be very helpful. But realize that whatever you do first with the physical body, you must have had the thought to do this action. The thought always, 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 always comes first. Before anything else, the thought is first. Then you might articulate the thought, and then you might do the action. But you cannot have action without having had a thought that you have attached yourself to, that you have become relative to. So you think I should take a shower? The thought's there. "Oh, I guess I should go take a shower." And you go take a shower. This is important to remember, important to know. The thought proceeds first. Why is it important? Because the thought is fluid. The thought is easier to reform. Now, some of you are living with right now thoughts that have become as solid, as absolutely solid as this wooden table. Solid. Thoughts are supposed to be fluid. They are supposed to be flexible. But what makes them solid? Your emotions, your emotionality, your anger towards other people, your resentment towards other people, your attachment to how something should be makes that thought solid, and it sits with you. It sits in your aura. It doesn't just sit in your head, it sits in your aura, and it takes up residence like a boulder. And you have to do something about it. You must do something about it. And I know from meditation, I know from the things some of you have said that you are struggling with, these thoughts that have stuck there. Two types of thoughts. Why me? Why me? Why me? Or instead of why not me, but why me? Oh, woe is me. Or why me because I'm not good enough? I did something wrong. All linked to these negative thought forms. Or why not? Why are they not doing what I want them to do? And this we must let go of. Either one of these thoughts are not healthful or healthy. So you see them there, and you've done the resurrection breath and you're doing the neti practice. So you have to say to yourself, well, maybe I need to go take a shower. Literally, I'm literally saying go take a shower. Wash yourself off, not with hot water, but with medium water. Wash yourself off. And as you're washing the water, first physically, visualize all of the old thought forms washing away. Maybe you need to go take a saltwater bath. Sea salt bath. You get in a lukewarm bath water, fill it with sea salt, and you submerge yourself. Let all of the gooey gunk that is clinging to your aura dissolve into the salt water. Submerge yourself in the salt water. Feel all of that gluey gunk move into the salt water. It's an extraordinarily powerful ritual to do this. Get out of the saltwater bath, wrap yourself warmly, maybe take a short, gentle shower to get the salt off the skin, and wrap yourself up and go rest. Go lie in your bed, go rest. To allow the astral and physical bodies to readjust. Very, very important ritual to help you to let go of the boulders, to let go of the clinging, to let go of the karma that is holding you prisoner. Namaste. The karma that is holding you prisoner. It's your karma. You have the key. Right? Remember that story. Once upon a yogi time in ancient Japan, there was a prison built on a mountain. And everybody talked about this prison. You can never escape. Never escape. It's terrible. Never escape. people would go in there and they would never, ever, it was just horrible. Nobody ever once tried to escape, because all of the words, all the thought forms, everybody said you couldn't possibly do it. One day, little mouse comes along, starts nibbling along the walls of the prison. And all of a sudden, the wall falls down. All this time, the wall was built of straw and mud that could easily have been walked through by anyone. And the weather turned and the mouse came, nibbled away, and the wall fell down. Now, the question, my beloved, the whole wall fell down. Would you have walked out? How many people had the courage to walk out when the wall of confinement fell down? Do you have the courage to walk free from the confinement of your karma, your self-created karma? Do you have the courage to live your life in a way that will bring you joy, that will bring you liberation, that will bring you freedom from the binds of karma that you've bound yourself with? Now, I said to you first a physical ritual. You know that we do one Sunday a month, we do healing and forgiveness ritual to help to dissolve those bonds. But today we will also do an internal ritual to help to dissolve the bonds of the karma. For the only thing that confines us, the only thing that confines you, aside from this beautiful body that you're in, which is karmic, these kleshas that we are in, we incarnated into these bodies because it is through these bodies that we can find enlightenment in this plane of reality, on the earth plane here. Not the only plane of existence, and it's not the only way, but we found this to be the best way for us at this time, and we've worked hard to get here. But let me tell you, there's limitations to this, in case you didn't notice. There's limitations. Do you know, I look out my window, and every day I see, as we look out in, from various places, there are other earthlings that can fly, and there are other earthlings that can jump from one tiny branch of a tree to another without falling down. With this body, I can't do that. And I wonder what their consciousness is like, to be able to move through the earth like that. I don't know. They have different karma than I do, different karma than you do. I look at you and I see some of you, you have used your bodies for different expressions of life. You have used your bodies to express your creativity in different ways. And so I say to you this morning that to free yourself from the confinement of your karma is to free yourself from those thoughts that you're stuck with, that you have drawn yourself to, that you have insisted belong to you, that you have reinforced again and again and again and again and again. And I'd like to hand it to you in if I could, the essence of it. Karma can confine you or karma can free you. It's not good, it's not bad. It confines or it frees. It liberates or it confines. Now, confining karma often is linked to the emotionality of expectation of another person living the way that you want them to, or failing to recognize that the time gate is different. All right, not the same time anymore. They're not children anymore. You don't have any control over their lives anymore. You don't have any business trying to control their lives anymore. You need to see the difference in the time and the difference in the environment. And this is most vital and most important to being able to soften the karma. It does not do any good to feel emotional pain, anguish, disturbance, because today is not like yesterday or like your imagined tomorrow will be. The goal in Kriya Yoga is to be able to see life as it is. So recognize that you are a part of this and to see it as it is. You are what you have. All those thoughts that you have collected, you are that. All the skills that you have cultivated and brought with you from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime, you are that. All of the helpers, the people who are coming forth to help you, you are that. You've drawn that in. God didn't do it to you. Your mother didn't do it to you. Your father didn't do it to you. Your guru didn't do it to you. Your teachers, your wife, your lovers, they didn't do it to you. You drew that in yourself. Not an easy concept to always know, but it is the reality. And so we're going to meditate together. We're going to spend some time this morning, as we often do, in meditation. And in this meditation, to seek to dissolve the confinement, the piece of karma, whatever piece of karma you'd like to dissolve. Now, you have to sacrifice something, all right? To find freedom, to find liberation, to find your enlightenment, you have to sacrifice, my beloved. You don't have to sacrifice your children, except to give them their freedom, I guess. You don't have to sacrifice, well, you do have to sacrifice your blood because you're sacrificing your old memories. So mystically, you do have to sacrifice some of your blood, some of that confinement of the old memories. But what you must sacrifice is the emotionality that your mind loves to churn, that your mind wants to attach itself to, that your mind likes to reproduce again and again and again and again. That is what has to be sacrificed. Do not become indifferent to the world. Never become indifferent. But keep that blue light of awareness always above your head, 3 feet, always. Now, in this time particularly, so that you can see. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Not judge it, not project what's going to happen, not take it to the past, but isn't that interesting? What is the symbolic meaning here? What can I do symbolically to change it, to make a difference? And the first thing I can do symbolically is to lift from the anger and resentment and fear and emotionality of the everyday mind to santosha, to peace, to contentment, and radiate that, dissolving the others and ascending upward. Let's meditate. Sit with your spine erect. Place your hands in the Om Mudra, the index finger and the thumb together, placed upon your spine, or your thighs. And turn your head to the left, exhaling twice. Bring your head back to the center and begin to watch the breath. Use the sipping breath to pull the energy from the limbs to the trunk. From the trunk of the body, pull the energy into the spinal column. From the base of the spine, pull the energy up to the sun center. Holding that energy as a blue light. Move it out in front of you. Expand it. And sweep around your body counterclockwise 3 times. Encase your body in golden light. And now ascend. Ascend to the high place. To the high place of meditation where you are safe, where you are supported. Your Ishtadevata there. As high as you are able to ascend. Attaining this high place of meditation, greet your beloved Ishtadevata. You and your Ishta and you. Ascend to your sacred ritual space. Your space is filled with the colors that you need. Sitting with your Ishtadevata, you see a deep, deep crater in front of you. It feels bottomless. Focus your attention at your sun center and pay attention to your breath, allowing your breath to flow in and to flow out. Inhaling and exhaling. Become aware of where there is a boulder, a stuck piece of karma. Ask yourself as you observe this, are you ready to let it go? Continue to breathe. Becoming more keenly aware of a place where karma is stuck in your being. Gazing into the eyes of your Ishta. Call upon your Ishta for help. In your mind's eye, take hold with both hands of the form of this karma. See its form. Ask your Ishta's blessing. Taking both of your hands, remove the karma from your spinal column, from wherever in your body you feel the karma. In whatever shape, remove it. Ask your Ishta to accept it. See your Ishta taking the karma. And the fire of tapas pouring forth from your Ishta. Ignites this karma and drops it gently into the crater where it travels into the great abyss, neutralizing the karma. The fire of the blessing of your Ishta, the fire of your tapas, burning the karma. As you gaze into the pit, karma becomes fainter and fainter and fainter, until it is but a bindu. You can see it no more. You push it away. The last bindu. Now you and your Ishta and you, gazing into the crater. See the bindu coming forth. In a circle, the shape of a circle. As it comes towards you, the circle is surrounded by an egg. You feel all of the blessings of the energy transformed. The light comes towards you and your Ishta. Brilliant light. Within the egg is a bindu. The bindu is Om. Draw that forth. It comes outside of the crater, filled with the light of Om. Your Ishta reaches for the egg and blesses it. And turns and hands this light to you. You bring it to your sun center. And breathe in the light. Filling the emptiness, filling the old space with vibrant, healing light. With Om. From your Ishta pours forth the light of blessings upon you, the light of healing, of strength. Breathe in the blessings. You gaze down and the crater becomes filled with light and closes. You are filled with light anew. You and your Ishta and you, we and our Ishtas, gather together to send forth our blessings to all of the earthlings in need. O ye powers that be, there are many needs upon the earth that we know not. First, we send forth our blessings to Mother Gaia herself, that her needs be filled, that she be healed and strengthened. Let us chant the Om Shanti mantra 5 times, feeling the light pouring upon Mother Earth. Om Shanti, 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 Om Shanti, 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 Om Shanti, 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 Om Shanti, 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. For all of the earthlings who are living with water insecurity, we offer you this pure spring water. For all of the earthlings living with food insecurity, we offer you this platter of fruit. For all of you beings living with shelter insecurity, we offer you this cloth of protection, that which you need most will come to you, that you will feel and know you are protected and sheltered. For all who are living with economic insecurity, we give you this gold coin, that all of your needs in all levels of your being be met. We powers that be, there are many more needs. Those beings upon the earth have needs that we cannot see, that we cannot discern. We ask thee again and again and again to pour forth thy blessings in the wisest, most harmonious way, that the karma may be softened, that the karma may be softened, that the karma may be softened. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. From the point of light within the mind of our Ishtas, light streams forth into the minds of all beings, and thus light emerges upon the earth. From the point of love within the heart of our Ishtas, love streams forth into the hearts of all beings, and thus love divine emerges upon the earth. From the Bindu, where the full wisdom of Ishta lies, the purpose of the mystical lineages is revealed. To realize, to remember, to serve. Thou art blessed, my beloved. The powers that be pour forth their blessings upon thee at this moment, filling every cell of your being with Anandic bliss. Ananda, Ananda, Ananda. Become an ever greater blessing to all of those who enter your aura. As you are ready, return your awareness to the earth plane, knowing that you have the creative power to soften your karma. To redeem yourself from whatever you thought was an error of the past. To liberate yourself, to free yourself from the confinements of the past. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste Ji. Namaskar. Thank you for the blessings of your presence, for being here, meditating today. Thank you for all of your blessings.